Josh Duggar has submitted a motion for a new trial. The father of 7 and convicted felon has appealed his conviction before, but this is the first time he's blaming TLC for an allegedly unfair trial. According to a recent court filing obtained by the U.S. Sun, Josh Duggar claims the prosecution used an admission of a sex addiction against him during his trial. He's now claiming that the statement, which was posted to his family's Facebook page in 2015, is untrue. Josh alleges that he was not aware the statement was being made when it was published, and that it was published under duress. The disgraced ultra-conservative Christian alleges TLC forced his family to publish the admission and keep up the storyline in order to keep their reality TV careers. Josh seems to be claiming that he played along to keep his extended family on TV. In the filing, he says that he has never had a sex addiction. Furthermore, he alleges his legal team was rebuffed when trying to refute the use of the prior statement. The statement Josh is referring to was published after a series of back-to-back scandals. First, it was revealed that Josh had molested several of his sisters when he was still a teenager. The Duggar family claimed to have handled the situation in-house. Josh later admitted to having an extramarital affair after his involvement in the Ashley Madison scandal came to light. Josh resigned from his job in Washington, D.C., after the second scandal broke. Anna Duggar returned to Arkansas, while Josh Duggar moved into a treatment facility to allegedly deal with the sex addiction he claims he did not have. He later rejoined his family in Arkansas. While Josh Duggar's molestation and infidelity scandal changed the way TLC worked with the Duggars, it didn't end the family's contractual partnership with the network. Instead, TLC rebranded the family's show from 19 Kids and Counting to Counting On. The shift changed the focus of the reality TV series from Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar to the kids who were now starting families of their own, besides Josh and Anna Duggar, of course. Jill Dillard and Jessa Sewald headlined the new series. While Counting On continued for several years with as much success as 19 Kids and Counting, Josh's next scandal pushed TLC to finally cut ties for good with the family. After Josh was arrested for possessing and receiving child pornography, the family's show went dark. While it appears another season of the series was planned, it never aired. The show was officially cancelled. The Duggars were booted from the network after nearly 2 decades on the air. TLC has not commented on Josh Duggar's most recent accusations, but the network has worked hard to distance itself from the Duggars since Josh's arrest on child pornography charges. At the time of his arrest, the network issued a statement noting that Josh Duggar had not appeared on the network for several years. Executives also noted that they were giving the Duggar family space to handle Josh's legal matters privately. Josh was arrested in April 2021. The Duggars last appeared on TLC in March 2021. Josh was convicted in December 2021 and sentenced in May 2022. He is serving a 151-month sentence at FCI Seagoville. Jessa Duggar Sewald and her husband Ben keep popping out the blessings. The former Counting On stars recently welcomed their 6th child, which means 2 things, yet another couch full of amniotic fluid and a new Duggar birth recap. Since the Duggars no longer have a reality show to recap, thanks a lot, Josh. The Ashley is forced to recap this. Jessa posted a 2-part birth story video to YouTube, all while conveniently leaving out the baby genders and name to maximize revenue for a future video. The first part of Jessa's birth story is absolutely riveting content. She announces that she's 50% effaced while her youngest adult, 1-year-old George, randomly wears a helmet, safety first, and stuffs pickles into his face. She then regales us with the TMI tale of losing her mucus plug, and her attempts to walk the 6th spawn of Sewald out of her body. So far, she hasn't been successful and the Duggar remains in her womb. Jessa is hoping to expel the child before her other kids' vacation Bible school lets out. Don't ya hate it when your unborn blessing doesn't cooperate with your other kids' VBS schedule? Sigh. Jessa, who, for some reason, is insisting on filming this video with a clear view up her nostrils, says that she's tried all of the usual remedies to get the baby out, eating pineapple, snarfing spicy foods, etc. But they all just gave her heartburn. She did not, however, mention if she tried some sexy time with old Benny to expel the child, which is another common way to induce labor. Jessa tells us that wearing stripes makes her feel like a big whale, even though she's wearing stripes. Certainly the Duggar family maternity closet is chock full of stripe-less frocks at this point, right? Next, Jessa launches into an absolute riveting speech about her house's baseboards. We are literally watching paint dry here, people. The only part that's even close to amusing is when Jessa shows the wall that has photos of each of her blessings, as well as the date they were born and how much they weighed at birth. It's a reminder that 1. She and Ben actually willingly chose the name Spurgeon for their son, and 2. Jessa heaves out some giant-sized duggles, with most of them being over 9 pounds. Hold on to your pelvic floors, part 2 is coming next. Jessa starts off part 2 by explaining that she was determined to expel the 6th spawn, Seawald. She decided to go over to the big house, aka the home of Jim, Bob and Michelle, to utilize their air-conditioned square footage and staircase. She's nervous that number 6 will weigh 11 or 12 pounds, so she wants to evict it from her blessing maker as soon as possible. By Saturday, July 26, Jessa said she had real labor contractions blasting through her back, so she was back at the big house trying to keep things moving. Jessa, who has given birth on her own couch numerous times, excitedly eyes her parents' sofa. Jessa continues to walk up and down the stairs, as she has done to induce many of her pregnancies before. This time, however, she's wearing maternity pants and is probably super grateful that she's not having to do this nonsense while wearing a floor-length denim skirt. After hiking up and down the stairs 15 times, Jessa tells whatever Not Jana Duggar girl is filming that she's feeling contractions in her back. Despite Jessa's status as a Duggar family super breeder, she tells us she still needs to Google to know how close her contractions should be before she leaves for the hospital. After several home births gone bad, Jessa decided a few babies ago to forego the home births and just have her babies at the hospital. After hours of walking and contractions, Jessa decides to post up on her parents' couch for a rest. There must be something about a sofa that sets Jessa's baby maker on fire, because as soon as she stretches out on that thing, her water breaks, all over Jimmy B's couch upholstery. Jessa wants to go to the hospital because she knows that once her water breaks, it's usually not long before the baby is going to be barreling through her lady garden. Before hightailing it to the hospital, though, Jessa stops in the bathroom to relieve herself, only to find that a big blood clot has come out. That makes Jessa even more frantic to get to the hospital, so she heads out, calling Michelle and her younger sister Jordan to head over as well. Once Jessa gets to the hospital, she's still bleeding a lot but everything else looks normal, so they leave her to be observed. Jessa says she's relieved to be in the hospital. It could be worse, she could be huffing and puffing on some mattress in the closet like her poor sister Joy was during her first delivery. Or, she could be delivering this baby, a la toilet, like her sister-in-law Anna did. Jessa is then presented with the opportunity to get an epidural. As, counting on, fans know, the Duggar girls used to be very against accepting any sort of pharmacological help to relieve the pain of labor. However, during her last few births, Jessa has flung her fundy birth protocols aside and accepted that sweet pain relief and now knows how great an epidural can be. She chooses to get the epidural. They wheel her into the room and we see Jessa's husband Ben bumbling around for the first time after being absent in the video thus far. Perhaps he had a Christian rap song to record or something and couldn't miss it just for a baby's birth. Jessa's epidural isn't working as well as it should be, so Michelle gets in there to whisper soothing fundy thoughts to help ease the pain.